If you guys had been on Twitter in the last 48 hours, you might have seen this little, I guess you'd say, fly on the wall moment where the cameras were on. I don't know if the people in the room were aware that the cameras were on, or they forgot that the cameras were on as they came in. This is the team. This is Macron and the rest of his crew and all the people that just came back from Ukraine, where they were meeting with Zelensky. Why were they meeting with Zelensky? Well, they were meeting to see how they can extend this proxy war any further. Trump was not part of this team. This was members of the EU and Macron and others getting back from Ukraine. Let's see what happened when the press was rolling live as they gathered in the room. Here we go.
It's a long walk. I'll be back in Poland.
And through my bathroom, huh?
Yeah. It's literally. We came through Germany, and then we made it to France.
German bedroom, and
we got through the border.
Right.
Make the photo, and after that you will be allowed to have a drink.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
On va bien.
Ok, c'est bon. Merci. Merci. Thank you.
A little awkward there. Did you guys notice? Did you notice did you see? Did you see what was there? Well, here's a close up of what we saw. Yeah, little. Some say it's a napkin on the left. Others say it might be a bag of white powder of some sort, of unknown white substance inside a little baggie. Others say it's a napkin. On the right side, you'll see there's something that looks like some sort of spoon, not used for meals and eating food, but a spoon that might be used for another activity. I couldn't quite pinpoint it. For some reason, I heard the hashtag cocaine gate, so I just threw out cocaine gate. I don't really know personally, but this is what's been going around. And it's not just people, keyboard warriors in their grandma's basements. We'll start with this tweet, actually. This is from Russia's Maria Zakharova. She reacts to the viral cocaine video featuring Macron, Stammer, and Merz. Looks like the Frenchman, the Englishman, and the German boarded a train and took a hit. The fate of Europe is in the hands of a drug-dependent temporary figures. Okay, so this was a very harsh take. And again, this is not somebody in their grandma's basement being a keyboard warrior, whatever you want to call it. This is a official in Russia saying this. And it's a great, I think it's a legitimate take. Do we know for sure? No, we might not know for sure. Let's get another opposite take. This is Michael Tracy. Now he's taking the other side of this, saying if you search cocaine on X right now, you'll see endless slop tweets reporting Macron, Stammer, Merz were caught with a bag of cocaine. But if you just go if you take 30 seconds checking it out and you look at the high res photo, you'll see it's actually a tissue. This is this site's become a algorithmic wasteland. On one hand, I do agree with you. It has become very algorithmically designed, and it does screw us up a lot, Michael Tracy. I do agree with that part of that assessment. In this case, I wouldn't throw this aside so quickly. That's my take on this. I would not throw this aside so quickly. What I'm seeing people very nervous. I'm seeing very tense. I'm seeing them have looks in their face with these very forced and stiff smiles. And to me, this looks like a car a cop might pull over on a Friday night at 2 a.m. and say, "Have you guys had anything to drink?" This is the look of those faces that I'm looking at. So I'll go further than Michael Tracy and say this is something that resembles a group of guys that have something to hide. Now, another part of this is that you have Zelensky, who we know is a known cokehead. We know that we've seen tons and tons of evidence of that. I think Michael Tracy knows that that there's tons of evidence of that. And when guys with a lot of money get together to have a little hangout session, it might be something that Zelensky uses as a tool to get these guys cool. They say, come on, guys, Trump's not doing well with me. And, I'm not looking good here. And I'm a little, can you guys help me out here? Here's a line, do a line like this. And then when we're done, hey guys, we'll see you next time. Hey, take this for the road. This is no, I insist. Take this. Oh, really? Oh, you're cool, man. Thank you. And then they go back and they have their little gift bag. It's their little gifty bag on the way out the door. Now, again, I'm just speculating myself, but looking at their faces, it's clear they have something to hide. The problem is that look, Michael Tracy means well, but he's also not mentioning in his tweet that the mainstream immediately called this disinformation. Immediately. So you can talk all you want, Michael Tracy, about that Twitter is this endless cesspool of people wanting to just get clicks, and they're just quick on the trigger. You could make that statement, but you didn't mention the fact that these legitimate outlets are immediately dismissing this. Like Forbes is immediately dismissing this. Let's look at that headline. It's just one example, but they're all immediately doing this, and that gets my suspicion going. When everybody in unison has the same reaction and calls it Russian disinformation, obviously because of the Russian tweet that came out from Russia. This is what we call immediate, what you call a damage control, and they use the language like Russian disinformation right away. It's claimed that Macron was on cocaine train to Ukraine. They want all their readers to know, don't look any closer. We've already figured it out for you. And they just break it down here. They're saying that people were rushing to say it was a bag and spoon in order to push Russia disinformation. And and to make NATO look bad. That's their take. Now, I just wish Michael Tracy would look just a little further. Do you know who did look a little further? Was Alex Jones, none other than Alex Jones. And I like his take on this. He'll replay. You guys get a chance to see the video again, and he'll give a couple of his takes on this. I think it's important because it does show us the hands of the world are in these type of people, and the media, which is defending it and protecting it and calling the rest of us Russian agents and disinformation pushers and disinformation spreaders. That's the game here, and that's the thing that makes this story important to share. So let's hear Alex Jones's take on Cocaine Gate. Here we go.
Something incredible happened today. Macron, Starmer, and Merz were doing a train tour of Ukraine, trying to drum up support to keep the war going. And the press gets invited into their train car, and suddenly they look around and start moving things quickly, furtively trying to hide them. And when you zoom in, it looks like a little cocaine spoon, a little paper of cocaine. And all of them look like they're lit up like Christmas trees. But regardless of what you think happened there, whether they were hiding cocaine or something else, or maybe just cleaning some trash up real quickly, it's the media, the corporate media response that's really revealing. I just reposted the video 4 or 5 hours ago. It's already got like 8 million views. And I noticed that Grok came in and said, hey, this has been fact checked. This isn't even a real video, which they admit is a real video. They're saying the interpretation isn't accurate. But Grok just says, and usually Grok's pretty good, oh no, it's fake. Reuters says the video's fake. No, they're saying our interpretation is wrong. Now, think about this. This is Reuters that got caught getting hundreds of millions of dollars from the Biden administration to target Elon Musk, his company, his family for destruction in the last 4 years. And then it also got Pentagon money for widespread deception operations. And then Reuters reported on itself on that and said, well, we don't mean that when we say that. This is the ultimate gaslighting, ladies and gentlemen. Then you have Zelensky, who just been with them, the famous cocaine aficionado, and all the videos of him just tweaking out of his mind. Looks more like meth to me. So there's been studies out about Congress that upwards of half of them are on serious drugs. It's even worse in Europe. We need what Trump's called for. Mandatory drug testing of any major elected official. I mean, they want us to do it, to be a taxi driver or whatever, or to be an FBI agent. We have serious, serious, serious drug addiction going on, not just in our government, but in others. It's well known that Biden was being shot up with methamphetamine. So was Robert F. Kennedy's uncle, JFK. So this is something that comes down to the establishment corporate media telling us that we are not supposed to be able to question or have our own interpretation of something, and that if they tell us two men can have a baby and there's no X and Y chromosomes and that men can be in women's sports because they're really women, that we're supposed to just believe these lies.
Okay. We'll stop it there on Alex Jones. Yeah, great points he's making. This would be the time, and I would hope somebody like Michael Tracy, and he's not the only one that dismissed this because Twitter's full of people that want to get clicks, and create clickbait. There's others that dismiss this too. And I just think that Alex Jones has a better take on this because this is another example. You can see it. You can see how they lock, stop in unison, cover up a story, tell us that you're not allowed to have a different opinion on it, not have a debate about it. Again, I'm not sitting here saying I know what was in that. They say napkin, I say baggie, whatever you want to call it. It's not for me to say exactly that I know 100%, but it should be okay to have a debate about it, because if in fact it is the thing that we think it is, this makes a difference as far as how our foreign policy is conducted and how the EU is conducting this policy, having these meetings with Zelensky. And we should be concerned. So Alex Jones is exactly right on this. Somebody made a little compilation of Macron, because we know that Zelensky's already had the nose problems, the sniffing, the constant distractions of his nose, hand to the face. That, you know what, we might as well see one of Macron. Here we go. This one's pretty funny, guys. Check it out. Laughing included. Yeah, great job on that little mashup, which is more than just done for a laugh. It's to show us, look at the things they're having us ignore. This mashup we just showed you. It reminds me of a mashup. We had to play all these mashups back. You remember when the Democratic Party would refuse to admit that Joe Biden had dementia? They didn't want, we were the ones that were out of line. How dare you? How dare you? All you got to do is put a little mashup together of him stuttering and all that stuff. We said he didn't have ability of his own capacity, his ability to even walk and to move around. He doesn't know where to go after a speech. So people made mashups of that. We shared them. We had fun laughing at it. But the reason it's so funny isn't we're not laughing at an old man falling down, just like it's not about laughing at a guy sniffing in every single clip you just watch. It's about demonstrating that we have the evidence, and the mainstream's going to tell us, no, you don't. Shut your mouth. Get in line. That's not actually the thing you're looking at. So we have to do this, and we have to trust that Twitter is one of the only places we can do it. Even though, yes, he's right. I agree with Michael Tracy. There is an element on Twitter. I'll say it again, where people do want to have clicks, and they do tend to put stuff out before they look more into it. And we have to do a little more diligence on our side before we report on something as actual and factual versus something that's a deep fake. So yes, all that's true. But we also have to be suspicious when the mainstream tells us, shut up with that. That's Russian disinformation. Get back in line. And this is the thing you're going to think of the thing you just saw. It's a plastic bag, and it's a spoon for cereal or whatever the hell they said that those two items were on the desk, and that's it. Never mind the fear in their eyes. Never mind the stiffness in their bodies. Never mind the awkwardness in their behavior after they saw the items and had to get rid of them immediately. Never mind any of that. We're going to tell you what you saw and what to think about it.